Hello and thanks for staying with us. Nigerian Customs Service impound more goods from smugglers operating along the nation's borderline. Also on Customs report, the Controller General of Nigerian Customs Service said the service will continue to promote working relationship with the Nigerian Navy. Plus, more report. I am Egiseme Idinye. Stay tuned. The Controller General of Nigerian Customs Service was at the National Assembly complex to further brief members of the National Assembly on how the Nigerian Customs Service will generate more revenue for the country. It speaks more on a number of issues.
Scientifically, you cannot tell me that if I fill my tank today, tomorrow I'll fill the same tank with the same quantity of fuel. And if I'm running a petrol station today, if I go to Mina depot and lift petrol, and I'm taking it to Kaduna, I may reach Kaduna in the evening, offload that petrol in that evening. There's no way I could have sold that petrol for you to account that that has been expended. So how do we get to 60 million every day? So these are my issue, my problems. So the question of smuggling, Mr. Chairman, if you say this petrol is smuggled, if you release 98 million liters, and then if in actual you have released 98 million liters, and then we use 60 million liters, the balance will be 38 million liters. How many trucks will carry 38 million liters? Every day, that's almost 500. Which road are they following? Where are they carrying this thing?
The Controller General of Nigerian Customs Service also this week in Abuja received members of the Nigerian Navy in his office. He told them that Nigerian Customs Service will continue to cooperate with all Navy operations in the country. He has this to say. The Customs Command in Tinkan Port has smashed a syndicate that specialized in bringing in contraband into the country alongside with drugs. The Customs Area Controller in charge of Tinkan Customs Command has urged importers to desist from using the port to carry drugs into the country. The seized substance is worth over 1.5 million naira per sachet.
When the CGC, while I was coming there, gave me a mandate to secure, to make sure the country is safe. It's not by carrying guns alone, but making sure such things do not get into the port. I am sending a very serious signal to them. This port is not for drugs. I don't know what about other ports, but Tinkan Island Port Command would not tolerate importation or exportation of illicit.
The seized items was intercepted through interagency collaboration. While presenting the substance to NDLA, he said that the investigation is still ongoing.
Like even much more than this from custom here. We have been coming, the controller always delegates his DC enforcement to be handed over to us. This is the first time he's coming here appearing by himself. But we have been collecting this, I think, about 4 or 5 times since myself consumed this thing come from. Around
If you have a child that is taking this, I pray for you that God will deliver. Because this is more spiritual than physical. And we are praying that our children will not be involved in this.
He urged parents and guardians to educate their wards against the use of hard drugs in their homes. You are watching the program Customs Report. The Federal Operation Unit Zone B has again smashed a syndicate that specialized in smuggling drugs through the unapproved route into the country. The controller in charge of zone said that the smuggling of items into Nigeria through the unapproved route will not be allowed by members of the Nigerian Customs Service. He speaks more on the number of seizures made by his command.
We have 724 bags of foreign parboiled rice in 50 kg. We have 227 cartons of foreign spaghetti and couscous. We have 110 bales and sacks of foreign second-hand clothing. We have 135 sacks of expired foreign milk powder. We have 149 kegs of PMS and AGO in 25 liters. We have 90 parcels of Indian hemp. We have 50 kg of foreign vegetable oil in 25 liters. 33 cartons of foreign milky creamer. 31 cartons of registered pharmaceutical products. 30 bags of foreign fertilizer. 23 sacks of foreign used shoes. And 16 units of vehicles. Out of these 16 units, 9 are means of conveyance. You know what is the means of conveyance, the vehicle that is used in carrying the illicit product. We have 7 units of used vehicles that came through unapproved routes. What is this unapproved route? Through border station that the government doesn't allow vehicles to come through that. We have 10 bags of foreign rice in 25 kg and 7 sacks of foreign tiger nut. All these items cumulatively stood at 229 million 550,180 kobo, naira 7 kobo. As I said, the smugglers are desperate. The mode of concealment is always changing. Without information, without increase in capacity, without increase in our power of observation, some concealment can never be detected. So we are very happy as our capacity increased based on certain variables. The cooperation we are receiving from the press, the cooperation we are receiving from the members of the public, the mobility given to customs to operate, the customs welfare, all this crowned together gave us the ability, the capacity to increase in our efficiency and in our capacity.
The Customs Area Controller in charge of Muritala Mohammed Cargo has said that the Nigerian Customs Service will continue to promote working relationship with stakeholders at the airport. So the Nigerian Customs Service will make sure that any drugs imported into the country must have NAFDAC approval. He has this to say. The Customs Board says that the 16 sacks packed with cow genitals were however discovered upon diligent check. Sambo added that the suspected exporter escaped from customs facility when customs officials became curious about the smell of the consignment, which the customs says valued at 212 million naira.
They kill before they can get these things out. And it's not allowed because it's one of our endangered species. Since when I came here, we don't tolerate this type of things, and we will not tolerate it by the grace of God, because we know the effect on our economy, we know the effect on our own nation itself. Right, so therefore, it's a no-go area for anybody that is doing the dubious activity or anything on trade in MMAC. If you want to export anything, no matter what it is out of this country, come to custom and find out what are the export prohibitions, so that you will know, so that you will not fall foul of the law. Then some people do it intentionally, because they know if they bring the skin, people will know it easily. Even a layman knows a skin of a donkey. But when you bring this type of thing, they will say, no, it's a borderline, is this, no. So therefore, some of them do it intentionally. And that is why our officers are there with eagle eye and then doing the needful.
The command also announced seizures totaling 1.5 billion naira, comprising tramadol with fake NAFDAC label.
Details of the various parts and pieces of these items will be made available to the appropriate agencies, and press for accurate record purposes. The hard drugs tramadol 225 milligrams, which is above the approved threshold, has a duty paid value of 1,276,261,500. The various counterfeit fake pharmaceutical products have a duty paid value of 38,526,814.52 kobo. The total duty paid value of the seizures we are handing over today to appropriate agency is 1,538,001,128.1. These seizures were made possible through a credible intelligence from WCO, that is World Customs Organization, sister agencies, compliant stakeholders, most importantly, the dogged dutifulness of the officers and men of the command, that is Murtala Mohammed Airport Cargo. I must confess that I have been enjoying a higher degree of interdepartmental cooperation and unflinching support of my officers and men of the command. With these together, we will continue to contribute our own quota in this enormous task of ridding the country of harmful fake illicit drugs and pharmaceuticals, in accordance with the focal objectives of our Controller General of Customs, Colonel Hamid Ibrahim Ali, retired. As you all may have known, donkey is one of the endangered species prohibited by law in Nigeria for export out of the country. So aside protecting the citizen from harmful products, we also have the responsibility of protecting the country from being ripped off of its valuable endangered species. In the area of our primary responsibility, which is revenue generation, the command has made significant progress. In the first 2 quarters of the year, 2022, January to June, the command has raked 34,757,683,022 naira, as against 29,595,016,430 naira generated in the same period of 2021, making an increase of 5,162,662,592 naira. This represents an increase of revenue of 18%.
Sambo also disclosed renewal efforts by the customs to discourage individuals who may want to use the nation's airports to smuggle illegal items into the country. The Nigerian Customs Service Kebbi Command has again generated over 31 billion naira and separate goods worth over 61 billion naira in the month of August. The Customs Area Controller said that the command seized cannabis, drugs from smugglers. He warned importers to desist from the use of smuggling drugs into the country. He also displayed some of the seized items as seized by members of his men. He later handed over the drugs to NDL officials in Kebbi State.
Stakeholder engagement resulted in some modest achievements in revenue generation. Enforcement activities resulted in the following seizures. 1. 389 wraps of cannabis sativa, laptop size, which will be handed over to the NDLA, Kebbi State Command, today. 2. PMS, we have 824 jerrycans of 25 liters each, equivalent to 20,600 liters that we have seized. 3. Foreign fertilizers, 75 bags of fertilizers of 25. That's this 75. We have 23 bags of 50 kg, and we have 52 of 25 kg. 4. Foreign rice, 22 bags of foreign parboiled rice, 50 kg each. 5. Second-hand clothing, 128 bales of second-hand clothing. 5. Vegetable oil, 22 jerry cans of 25 liters each of vegetable oil. And then 6. Second-hand vehicle, we have 1 used Toyota Corolla. 7. Sugar, we have 54 bags of sugar, that's of 50 kg each. And of course 8 outboard engines, that's outboard engines. We have 8 engines of, that's for 8 local canoes. All of these seizures, of course, you cannot even quantify cannabis, but we just try to give a conservative estimate in addition to the other lot, all with a duty paid value of 61,559,568 naira. 1 suspect was arrested and later granted administrative bail. While other seizures have economic consequences, cannabis sativa has grave security and health implications that is better imagined than experienced. Of course, my colleague will tell us more about that when I hand over to him. We remain resolute on our determination to bring criminal transborder actors to their knees in this command. Revenue generation stood at 38,198,068 naira 90 kobo for the month of August 2022. We continue to call on the business community to take advantage of the reopened Kamba border to do their transborder businesses. Passing or attempting to pass goods through any other border apart from Kamba in Kebbi State remains illegal, as the federal government policy on border closure is still in force. We did not make this modest achievement without some challenges. And one emerging challenge that anti-smuggling operatives are facing in this command is that of people signaling to smugglers. Our intelligence has revealed that many youths are turning to informing smugglers about.
The Federal Operation Unit Zone A has seized 20 drums of raw materials used in manufacturing explosives in the country. The unit made a seizure worth over 579 million in the month of August 2022. The arrest of 10 suspects in connection with the seizures.
242 wraps. That's about 120 kg. And with the duty paper paid value of 9.6 million. This is one of it.
Other seizures made include 7 containers carrying assorted goods worth millions of naira.
Our strategies are constantly being reworked in our effort to think ahead of economic saboteurs towards defeating their game of concealment, false declaration, underpayment of duty, and trying to bring in dangerous items like illicit drugs. On the seized 20 drums of carbide, it is instructive to emphasize that such importation raises concerns of national security. Carbide is flammable, reactive, and can cause explosion hazards when mixed with other chemicals and exposed to water or moisture. It forms flammable acetylene gas that could be used to endanger life by lawless persons. This aside other health hazards, the chemical on exposure can irritate the mouth, nose, and throat if not properly handled. Inhaling calcium carbide can irritate the lungs. Higher exposure may cause a buildup of fluid in the lungs and could lead to emergency medical situation. It is important, therefore, to note that the importation of this product is strictly controlled from the Office of the National Security Advisor. As we battle with smugglers, our eagle eyes are not letting go of duty evasion too. In doing this, we are constantly encouraged by the manpower, logistics, expansion of the government warehouse, and other motivating support being provided for us by the Comptroller General of Customs, Colonel Hamid Ibrahim Ali, retired, and members of the service management team. Seizures made within the period of August 2022 were gotten from Idiroko, Oyo, Seme, Jebode Road, and the port corridors. 10 suspects were arrested in connection with some of these seized goods and at various stages of investigation and prosecution, as we remain resolute to make them face the full wrath of the law.
A total of 41 pieces of military camouflage bags belonging to the military were also impounded. He warned smugglers to desist from the act of smuggling, advising them on the needs for them to face real business. Just before we round up this week edition of the program Customs Report, we brought you a report where goods worth millions of naira was accepted by some various commands in the country. For me, Igeseme Itinye, thanks for watching.